What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of Dev Talks with your host Travian. As you see, some big changes. I talk about what happened here on my personal channel. Go look at it. It'll be linked down in the description below. But in this video, we have to talk about somebody who's been switching up recently. I've seen some stuff about this, and it's Mark Zuckerberg. And it's important to talk about this because this is a tech channel. We talk about everything that these CEOs and everybody does. So without further ado, let's dive in, see what he has to say, and hopefully we get something good out of it.
I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes.
Seems like a change of tone recently. The last year, he's definitely Zuck in the last year has been showing a very large change of tone. And I'm gonna get into more of this later in it, but I don't want to get political at all on this channel. I only want to speak about technology and how it advances and stuff. But we have to talk about tech as a whole. So this is how it goes into. We cover Elon a lot and things. And the thing about Elon is he's been consistent. Now it looks like Zuck is switching up. He's switching sides. He's talking about how their moderation just did stuff automatically and things, and it's unfair, and it was still showing bias during things. We're gonna get all into this. I saw this video already, and I have a lot to say about it. But in case you guys didn't, we're covering it. And like, dude, you had the blueprint for years on what to do, and you didn't do what you were supposed to do with your media apps at all, and now you're switching up. So let's just continue, and so I can talk more about the other stuff.
Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech.
Everybody has been wanting their own speech. It wasn't this one election. Majority of people have always wanted to talk about their own stuff freely forever. That's not new. I thought that was supposed to be an amendment right. And we were getting censored. I mean, I don't really talk about nothing crazy anyways to get censored, but a lot of people were getting censored at the end of the day. That's the fact.
So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy.
So that's what I wanted to talk about. That's how this is current. I have two questions here. One, what is considered legacy media? Because technically, you're still considered that. I haven't seen any changes yet. This is the first that you're bringing up about it. And low key, I already knew where his loyalty lied a long time ago. And there's ways that I'm going to dive into that. I just want to see what he has to say more before I dive into where his loyalty always lied. His loyalty always lied with this side. Trust me. He got pressured to do stuff he wasn't supposed to. And he did it anyways, for whatever reason. I don't know what kind of threats or what benefits he got out of it and things. He knew about it, but he still did it anyways. And with all the censorship and stuff. And we're going to just give it critically on how it is. No matter who it is, I like what they do at Meta. I'm not going to say I don't. I want to cover their stuff for the longest, but we're going to be unbiased and just say how stuff is in general. At the end of the day, he did what he did. And the second thing that I want to go to is now everybody wants to make their social platforms like X. They showed how it is. They show how it works, and now they want it to be more like X. Elon bought that, and now he want to be like, yeah, I want to compete more with him. I want people to come to my apps, especially since he has an app called Threads now, and things that's similar to X already. It's X or Twitter, and he wants it all to be the same in a sense, to where people could just go in there and add the notes about the stuff, so people can be up to date and informed, rather than some bot just going out there striking everybody's post and things. So look at him. Just copy what works. I mean, that's what they've done all the time. Meta has consistently on social media stolen or copied systems from other apps. If you don't believe me, look at the stories. Stories originated with Snapchat. Where are they at now? Now they're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. Reels. Reels is a TikTok thing that TikTok brought something new to the social media market, but after Vine. So Vine was first. And I'm old enough to remember that. And then TikTok was second. And TikTok was a little bit different because Vine was very, very, very short form. TikTok was a little bit longer and stuff like that. Whatever. But now you have Instagram Reels. They consistently do that. Twitter's out there. Now they have Threads. So nobody should be shocked on this decision from him of copying the same thing that X is doing, because they are notorious for doing so through their history. It's proven fact.
Democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed. So we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams.
That's a big one. Let me tell you why this is a big one. If this goes from Texas, when he says Texas, if this goes in Austin, if y'all don't know, Elon has been trying to build like another, I think he's moving X over to Austin, Texas, and trying to do some new tech hub there. If he's moving this there, it's because he doesn't want the people who work there to be more liberal when it comes to it and be biased on doing that. So he wants to hire a certain subgroup of people with a different perspective to be able to curate that content and not act and not like biasly like report or go like blacklist people or whatever for any reasons and stuff. Like that's actually an insane like move like into join that. That's an insane move right there.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come.
So now to get into where I believe he was always on this side. And this is why I say he was always on this side. Dana White, he's been working out with the UFC people. You know, Trump has always been a big UFC fan. And Dana White has, like, him and Zuck have a really good relationship. And I actually don't know if it's 100% true, but I heard that Dana's actually joined his board of directors for Meta as well. So Dana White, they already know. They're all big with Trump. They're all close with it. Same with Elon. They're all in there. And I even saw a video that I haven't even gotten to yet that's a month old about him. If you guys want to see it, let me know. Wanting to join Trump's team or cabinet in some type of tech role or something along that lines and wanted to be big. I think he always wanted to do that. I think he always sided there. I think whatever happened is Trump lost power and he wasn't president no more. And when Biden came in and all them other people came in and they were trying to do all this censorship stuff, he went with it because they were the people in charge and just went with it. They didn't separate media from the government at all anyway. He did stuff wrong and he didn't apologize. And that's where he's at now. And that's why everybody's saying he's switching up. He's switching sides. Because it seems like it. It definitely does. And that's what I would say, too. Another thing I want to say is I don't get it sometimes. Sometimes CEOs and like people in charge of companies, when they give out speeches like this, it seems so scripted. For me, any video I make, I try my best not to script it. In my personal channel, I have videos planned and I don't script it out word for word on what I'm going to say. I never want to do that. I make a list of topics that I want to hit and I just go. I ramble. I don't know what I'm going to say for these reactions. They're 100%. Here we go. The only edits I do is when I mess up on the recording somewhere and I have to fix the recording so the reaction can sync through. This video have to do that. But like I don't even know what to say. I'm like I'm losing my train of thought and words for it, but it just seems so scripted at times. Like somebody made him do this. He threw this through ChatGPT, told him to give me a speech about this and stuff, give me some plans and bullet points or whatever. It doesn't seem genuine, like it's off the top of his head, because he doesn't seem like he's freely thinking, like he's himself. We can see this from other people when they freely think for themselves and everything like that. We get more of a natural talk to it. It's a more looking thing. It seems more robotic. That's the problem. If he seemed more freely it would seem more genuine as well with it too. So that's your tip, Zuck. If you see this, Mark Zuckerberg, if you see this video, I doubt he will, but if he does, send this to them. Pro tip, try to be more free when you're talking. I've seen you get interviewed before. And when you've gotten interviewed, you seem more free when you're talking about the changes that are coming into Meta. Be more like that, and people are going to believe you more. But that's all I have to say. If you like this video, comment down below. Share with me anything that you feel. Do you feel like he's switching up also? Let me know. Because that's the feeling that I've seen a majority of people saying based on this video. And I'll try to get this out tomorrow morning early, bright and early. And then we'll push some other videos back that I recorded. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. You're my family. That's who we are now. And then if you want to send me any other videos to react to, go to the description down below. There's an email down there. Send the YouTube videos to my email. I will get to them videos as soon as I can. Trying to build them up and do that. Thank you guys for getting us to 250 subscribers. I really appreciate you all. And if you want to see more videos like this, click the video that pops up right about now. And without further ado, peace. See y'all next time.